Try and notch those A6s. Whoa, that was close. Hello guys, and welcome to a new Sea Power video today by me, Vulcan. In this one we are carrying on after completing the bargaining chips on the NATO side, and we have been awarded for our heroism. As you can see, we've got the Navy Cross and the Distinguished Service Medal there. Now we're moving on to Operation Blockbuster today. This is Mission 5A. July 4th, 1988, command NATO forces to parry the thrust of a major USSR surface action group attempting to break into the Atlantic. Could be a pretty big engagement. See what the order of battle looks like. Most of the missions so far have been between like 1 or 2 hours. Like the last couple have been about 2 hours for me to complete, and I've had to obviously cut them down for you guys, taking out a lot of like the dead air. But let's have a look at this one. So, situation. After intense combat operations in June, negotiations have been ongoing between NATO and the WP, Warsaw Pact. However, a recent breakdown has seen a powerful USSR SAG get underway, steaming towards the GI-UK gap, with the intent to break out. The USS Eisenhower battle group, reinforced by standing NATO Maritime Group 1, has been tasked to locate and destroy the SAG to drive the WP back to the negotiating table. So we've got to locate and destroy. MCOM at my discretion. Once they're located, destroy using any means. The enemy order of battle includes a Kirov class. They are pretty scary. Slava, Sovremeni, Kresta and Udaloy. Suspected AGI trawlers in the area. And we have Soviet naval action, may sortie in support. And Cosmos 1932 Rorsat will pass over USAF attempting shoot down. Interesting, not entirely sure what this is. Our order of battle, we've got the Eisenhower battle group. We will have a carrier, I presume. I think the Eisenhower's a carrier. And then we've got into assessment. Assess with medium confidence that the USSR attack submarines will be escorting the Kirov SAG, so we need to be really wary about that. Assess with high confidence that USSR aircraft will support the Kirov SAG, and assess with high confidence that weather is clearing up in the next 2 hours. Okay. There it is, the carrier. Multiple air, surface, Operation Blockbuster. Yeah, Soviet Service Action Group centered on Kirov has departed Murmansk and is attempting to enter the Atlantic. Take charge of Task Force 65.7 and the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower carrier battle group to locate and destroy it. Using heavy weather for cover, the Eisenhower has so far evaded Soviet recon flights and satellites. However, fleet weather reports improving conditions in the next hours, and Rorsat passes expect to get time 0028, so in like, what's that, 23 minutes. The US Air Force is attempting to shoot this satellite down over the Pacific, but should they fail, intel confirms we should expect regiment-level backfire raids. Alright, USS Dwight D. Eisenhower must survive. Alright, first things first, launch your AWACS.
Track 7012.
Oh, we do have an E2C, let's get that up. And we'll want to probably get the EA6s up as well.
Contact faded. Track 7010.
We'll keep these as electronic warfare. There's our AWACS taken off. The A6Bs are prowlers, I believe. So that'll be really, really useful. We've got a lot of identification to do at this point. We've just got some trawlers hanging out nearby. Let's have a quick look at our troops, or our ships. So we've got the Nimitz class Eisenhower. We have the Knox class, this is the Thomas C. Hart. There is the Dale, which is a Ley class. We have a Lutyens class, which is a German ship, the Molders. We've got the Valley Forge Tycho, the New Jersey, which is a Iowa class, very cool, and the Underwood, which is an Oliver Hazard Perry. Also the Oslo class, which is a Norwegian ship, the Stavanger. Very interesting mixed group. We have Bluetail in the sky already, which is trying to identify enemy ships, most likely over here by the looks of things. And we've also got Dakota in the sky. This is Tomcats with AIM-7s, AIM-9s. We've got one Phoenix each. Okay. Our radars are off on those at the moment. Radar is on the AWACS. Let's get some more cap up. We'll do air-to-air intercept, and we'll launch 3 flights of Tomcats, get the Ghost Riders in the air. Just make sure that Bluetail 2 also gets up in the air. We're going to wait until it gets away from the fleet a bit before we turn on the radar. And we also now have our prowlers in the air. Let's get them up to altitude. And we'll have one either side of the fleet in front. The next thing I would like to do is launch some aircraft to drop sonar buoys. So we will want probably the S3As with the ASW loadout. We will launch, let's do 1, 2, 3 of those, maybe 4, we'll do 4. And then they can go and lay a load of sonar buoys in front of the fleet. Brilliant. So we're getting all set now. In terms of strike packages, let's have a quick look at what we would do. So we have A7Es and A6Es. Both of these are going to be probably just like anti-ship heavy loadouts. That's the A6s and the A7s. So the A7's the Corsair, I think, and the A6 is the Intruder. I don't think the A7s are going to be as useful as I'd hoped, but anyway, we'll see. Right, Dakota Flight 3 can get up to altitude.
Roger, go to altitude. Roger, turn 0.
And so can Dakota 5.
Roger, turn 0, 6, 8. Roger, go to altitude. Roger, turn 0. Roger, go to altitude.
Perfect. Right, this is going to be pretty nuts. Let me just open this window because we're going to have a lot of aircraft that we're managing in this battle today. All of the carrier ops are always like crazy big. Since we are probably going to want to engage the Kira immediately, I am tempted to start letting our strike package take off. 7-2. Let's just do turn the formation so that he joins his wingman. Right, because I misclicked the order there. Let's also set up the A6s. We'll do... How far are we away? Let's just double check, because I want to make sure we're in range. We should be quite far away from our target. Like, this is... pretty far. I think this is most likely to be our target. That's merchants.
Air, contact detected.
Merchants. Possibly. I reckon if they're this far out, that is how far away? Like almost 400 nautical miles. I mean, I guess what I can do is I can launch from the Eisenhower. So we'll go and launch, like, say 4 of them with anti-ship heavy loadouts. And then if they take off and they don't have range, then yeah, there's ways. We'll have to land them and do it again. Let me just minimize that. Right, Scorpion 1 and 2 are getting into position. Dakota 1 flight has we've detected a bunch of MiG-25s heading out. So Dakota 1 will have to engage those. Let me just double check Top Cat. We've got Top Cat 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are our Vikings. So these are planes that are just going to be dropping sonar buoys around the place. So let's just get them sorted. So we'll do ones in front of the fleet. We'll do like 1, 2, active. Like 1, 2, active. 1, 2, active. It's fine. We'll get Top Cat 2. We'll go like 1, 2, active. 1, 2, active. I was told that this would be a good thing to do. I don't know if I'm spreading them out too far. I think maybe I am. But it's okay. We can always like come back. It's not like this isn't a jet or something. we'll send one out in this direction. So 2 active, 1, 2 active, and then Top Cat 4 can go this way. So 1, 2 active, 1, 2, and active. Okay, so that should cover us like sort of in front of the fleet as we carry on, and we can always make that more concentrated if needs be. Okay, Cupcake flight, I like it. It's pretty cute. Yeah, they should have plenty of range. Let's go up to 36,000 feet and we just kind of head towards Dakota 1. Let's just make sure that Dakota 3, Dakota 5, and Dakota 7 start heading towards the MiG-25s. And since the intruders will have range, let's launch the rest. So, Cupcake, I like the name of their call sign. Heavy ship. Heavy ship. We're best getting our strike package into the air before we get detected, and yeah, we'll probably just stay on MCOM for now. How is Bluetail 2 doing? Where are you? You're still making distance. Okay, that's fine. Bluetail 1 is going to have to keep its range. Alright, flash message. Warning, at time 23:58, US Air Force mission shot to shoot down Cosmos recon satellite off of Vandenberg. AFP failed, and RORSAT remains operational. Evaluate RORSAT will pass out over Task Force 65.7 at time 028, which is in 18 minutes. We estimate targeting data on Eisenhower and Battlegroup will be passed to Red 4 units in the Opera area by, so we've got 50 minutes. Compartmented source Red Dream sends warning. Backfire raid takeoff 22:30 from Kola, heading west, likely awaiting targeting data. Set warning red. Good luck and good hunting. Okay, so we should probably make sure that we, do air search. Let's do air search around the side. Right, we're going to have Dakota 1-2 go and engage the MiG-25, and we're going to go and engage that one as well. We're going to drop tanks, we're going to go in, we'll get the Phoenixes to destroy a couple of them, and yeah, that should start our skirmish. So what are we spotting here? It's probably a MiG again, right? Oh wait, no, that's a surface ship. Okay. Kauro, Cresta, or Moskva, so it's most likely the Cresta. I think I can't remember if those are a Kauro class, but regardless, that's a good spot from Blue Tail 1. I believe it was Blue Tail 1 that spotted that. It was indeed. If you want to check who's spotting something, you can look up here, and on the top left it says who's tracking it. So we've got ESM sensor on Blue Tail 1 catching whatever it is, and they're identifying it based on their radar. That's what the green is there. So it's giving us a relative idea of where the surface fleet is, which is good because we can start heading Cupcake 1 to 9 in that direction immediately. And let's make sure these come up to altitude once they take off. They will be escorted by 3, 5, and 7. Let's do 3, 5, and 7. And then we'll make sure we have extra cap ready to go afterwards from the Eisenhower. So let's make sure to launch multiple Tomcats. We'll do more air-to-air intercept, so I'll launch like 2 extra wings of Tomcats to cover the fleet. What we will also do is I'm going to launch my helicopter from the Oliver Hazard Perry, and we'll launch probably from the Valley Forge as well. And those 2 will be used to identify any other ships that are nearby. So we'll just make sure to identify what these are to make sure basically that we know what they are, which is going to be pretty important in case they turn out to be enemy. Right, as soon as these get in range, they will fire, and because they're flying towards us, the Phoenix should have range to kill them. The last MiG-25 is going to be a bit sketchy because we're reliant on Sparrows, and the MiG-25s, they will be pretty close on range at that point. Alright, that's Fox 3, good stuff. I might also launch a Sparrow.
7-0. Engage track 7-0-1. Engaging track 7-0-1. 9. Engage track 7-0.
Okay, Fox 3. Off it goes. So both of those are now going to engage the MiG-25s. Our engagement begins. Cupcake is on the way.
Air contact detected. Multiple air contacts detected. Bandits.
Extra MiG spotted.
Contact faded. Track 7. Engaged. Fox 1. Multiple air contacts detected.
Okay, there is more here than I expected.
Engaging track 7-0-2. Roger. Contact faded. Track 7. Track 7-0-1. 5. Engaging track 7-0-2-2.
We shot down 1, but there is more. This is going to be a very, very crazy.
Missile launch. Multiple hostile air contacts detected.
Alright, we're gonna have to shoot these down if we can.
0. On station, roger. Turn.
Right, let's just dive it.
Turn 0.
And afterburn.
Roger, roger. Turn 0. Roger.
Try and notch those A6s.
0, 1, 6 is toast. Fox 1. Engaging track 7, 0. Roger.
Whoa,
Missile launch.
that was close.
Contact detected. Roger. Go to altitude 3700. Weapon engage track 704.
Let's get our missiles on target. Oh, that was insane though, the dodge. Absolutely nutty.
Contacted. Engaging track 7044.
On Sparrow. Bonk.
7033 is history. Contact faded. Track 7. Roger. Track
Another one down. Good shit.
1.
Okay, we're gonna have to pull away from that. Blue Tail, you're gonna have to do a run out because those MiG-25s are coming up fast. Dakota 1 was insane there. We can maybe try and catch up to the MiG-25s, but it's going to be pretty slow. We're way better off relying on Dakota 5, 7 and 3. These guys just didn't have that much ammo, although they managed to hit 4 out of 5 hits, which is really, really good. Let me see if I can afterburn and intercept these. We're coming in behind them, so if we can go fast enough, we should be alright. They're currently burning at like a hell of a speed. And we'll have Dakota 2 go for the 95. Killing that is so important. Alright, I think we need to like max burn here.
Roger, Buster. Roger, Buster. Roger, Buster.
Because otherwise the base tail's gonna get caught before we can stop the MiGs. Yeah, I don't think even max afterburn we're going to be able to catch up to them. Max speed. We're going to be 1,339. Yeah, we're not going to catch in time. We'll keep trying to cut them off though. Let's see offensive ECM. Oh, they really nerfed the ECM on these, wow. Okay. Never mind. The ECM used to be like so much better on the Prowler. Vikings are still doing their work, which is good. Dog 1 is our cap. We will get them up to altitude. Neptune has launched and they will head off to identify the locals. I'm gonna do 1, 2, and Dakota 1. Dakota 5, 2 can travel separately and go for that MiG-25 there. I'm going to slow these down, we'll go to cruise. We'll let Dakota 5 engage the mix. Blue tail. I don't know whether to drop down the altitude here. It's going to be close. Good.
Contact faded. Track 7002. Roger, Buster. New air. Contact detected.
Probably should have put it on max speed for a while. They're coming into range. Hopefully the Phoenixes, even if they don't hit, will distract them.
Missile launch. Multiple hostile air. Contacts detected. Track 7. Track 70.
Okay, we got 2. There's a third.
Engage track 705. Fox 3.
2 of them are down.
Away.
Third one is running.
Track. Roger. Turn. 0. Roger. Bandits. Roger. Roger. Turn. Roger.
Okay.
3.
Oh, he dodged 2, but the third one hit the mark. Blue tail down. Oof.
Roger. Turn. 2. 4. Contact faded. Engage track. Fox 1. Missile launch. Roger. Turn. 2. Up. Track 70.
Did I take down the Tupolev? I think I did. Or Dakota 1 dodged that. Just crazy engagements. Nice, beautiful. Alright, we're gonna need Blue Tail 2 to turn on its air surface search.
Roger. Turn. 076.
Crikey. Yeah, poor Blue Tail got popped, but it's what it is.
Neutral. Urgent.
Right, you sir can return to formation,
Contact faded.
and we want to carry on our merry way at cruise.
Cruise. On station.
Right, we have identified patroller.
Track 7010. Roger. Turn. 0. Bandits. Engaging track 707. Air search on. Radar high. Missile launch.
Whoa. Man, that Tomcat, Tomcat dodging again, man. Crazy.
Track 707.
He keeps launching new missiles at me and I can't get rid of him. Time.
Roger. Turn 29. Roger. Turn 30. Roger. Go ahead. Roger. Turn 285.
Oh, that Tomcat has a lot of lives.
Track 707.
Currently just playing dodgems with a MiG.
Contacts detected.
They just keep firing more.
Launch, missile launch.
How many has he got? This must be the last one.
Buoy away.
Surely.
Weapon error. No track assigned. Roger. Turn. On station. Roger. Go to altitude 1.
Not really moving fast enough now. Oh, oh it's so risky.
2, 3. Engaging track 7, 0. 7. Engaging track. Fox 2. Engage track.
Right, we're just going to send both those.
Track 7.
And he can RTB.
Multiple air. Missile launch. Missile launch. Roger. RTB.
Oh, and again.
RTB.
I can just see those missiles fly past. Insanity.
Contact
Okay.
track 7,
You did your job.
7,
You did your job.
Roger.
If I have... Yeah, I'm not going to have enough to kill the triple F now.
Buoy away.
Ooh, we're going to bring him nice and low.
Roger. Go to altitude.
And we'll let him just RTB.
0, 0.
Wow. What an engagement that was. Okay, Blue Tail, start speeding up. I need you to get over here ASAP to actually spot for us. Do I have any other useful aircraft for that kind of job? Maybe... Yeah, maybe the Vikings could be pretty good. I do have the surface search radars. Let's put up a couple of extra just in case, like a bit of contingency.
RTB.
We can run these with... I don't know if I want to give them bombs. We'll just run a couple empty.
New air. Contact detected.
Alright, Ghost 2, heading back to base. What an exciting fight this has been so far. Really, really close stuff happening there.
Roger. Turn 0, 9, 8.
To go to 1-1, can head home.
Roger. RTB. Roger. Go to altitude 3, 0, 0, 0. Contact faded. Track 7, 0.
We'll have it sit
Roger.
around
Go to
10.
altitude. Buoy away.
Same here, just
Roger.
have
Go
them
to
sit at like
altitude
10.
1, 0, 0, 0,
Don't want them
0.
too low.
VID track 7, 0, 3, 7. Roger. VID track 7, 0.
Okay, we're just going to keep trying to visually identify all of the vessels nearby. And we'll put the Valley Forge onto air search,
Radar eye.
and same with
Search on.
the Lay.
Radar eye.
Alright, let's just have a quick look at my missiles, because we've got obviously harpoons, but they're 65 nautical mile range. We do have Tomahawk missiles that can target ships. We've only got 8 of those.
7, 0.
They'll take a long time to get to their target.
Surface contact detected.
2 Tupolev bombers are on their way.
Buoy away.
Good, we spotted those.
Roger. Turn 0, 6, 4. Roger. Turn 0, 7, 1. New air. Contact detected.
Cupcake's going to get there in a while.
New air. Contact detected.
It's going to be difficult because even with like all of our aircraft basically up and about, we're still not really going to destroy many of their ships in time. So we might have shipwrecks heading on their way towards us, which would be pretty horrific.
On station.
What I might do is have some wings of
On station.
Corsairs take off with seed loadouts. And they can kind of be like a secondary. Ideally you'd have them all attack at the same time, but we'd have them, if we have them secondary to like the harpoons that we're going to be launching at them, like we're going to be firing a lot of harpoons. Each intruder wing is 4 aircraft and they have 4 harpoons each, so they've got 16. What's that? We've got 32 and then 48 harpoons. I think if my math is correct. That we're going to be sending their way. There's no way that they dodge that. What are you? Is that a spy trawler? We know it's enemy. I'll get Molders to just send a harpoon.
Contact detected. New air. Contact detected. Bandits.
And we can get Underwood to send a harpoon as well. Looks like they just have a bunch of spy ships hanging about, so probably just as well that we were identifying them. I don't know how we identified that one. Probably due to the sonar buoy, actually. Okay. Molders doing its job. And also Underwood. There we go. Lovely. Could bop both of those. Neptune's going to go and identify this one as well.
Contact faded. Track 7090.
So I'll wait for the harpoons to hit. And then it's going to be time to engage the Tupolev 95 and the Tupolev 22s. So Dakota 3 should make sure that it's on path to intercept. We've got 2 flights of Tupolevs now that we have spotted. We have Waldo 1 and Waldo 2, which can head towards where Cupcake was heading. So Cupcake's heading over there. It must be like flying over the fleet or something at some point. Maybe was it this ship? Regardless, we know where they're roughly heading, so just get Waldo head to the same place. And we'll pop them up to 36,000 fleet to make them more fuel efficient.
Roger, go to altitude 36,000. Contact faded. Track 7096.
Wonderful. Right, how is Top Cat 1, 2, 3 doing? Top Cat 3 is still going quite a ways, so let's just do some on the way back here. Continue to increase the search. We don't want to have a submarine slip through the net. That would be very awkward for us. I'm just gonna keep placing down actives and passives. Number 4 here. Yeah, beautiful.
Roger, VID track 7020.
Perfect. So far, so good. We're doing really well. Really, really well. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so the Harpoons can make their ground. Dakota is getting close to their targets. Tupolev 95 is flying away from us, unfortunately, so we're going to be a bit struggling there. The Blue Tails coming forwards. We should get more information on where those ships were again. I probably should have marked them when I saw them. The only mistake we've really made so far. Other than maybe not saving Blue Tail 1.
Contact detected. Buoy away.
Okay, we'll be hitting that shortly.
Bandits, bandits.
Scorpion 1. We probably do need to get Scorpion to join Cupcake.
9-1. Buoy away. Buoy away.
They won't really have any way to defend against that. Like I said, it's probably just a spy ship like a trawler. I think they're dead.
Get track 7056. Roger, turn 346. VID trip, VID trip 7020.
And whatever that was, got hit hard. It should be burning up in the distance there. There it is. Okean. Yeah, little trawler spy ship. This is probably the same over here. All it takes is just one harpoon to knock those things out. Let's make sure we're ready. So Dakota 3-2 can engage that one.
Engaging track
Dakota 3-1 engage the other. Dakota 5. We'll get 5-2 to engage there.
Engaging track
Dakota 5-1 can chase the Tupolev.
Fox 3.
There it goes. 3 missiles fired, I think because I gave the order on Dakota 3-1. They Dakota 3-2 sent 1 Phoenix of both, but I guess it's contingency, so that's okay. I imagine there's going to be another here somewhere. Right, another Okean destroyed. Oh, that one got blown up completely. And the top of that is gone. Boom. Phoenixes are arriving on those bombers any moment now.
Buoy away. New surface contact detected.
They can try and
Kill track 7-1.
flare those. They did manage to flare one of them. Actually, they managed to flare both of those.
Track 7-1-0.
Well, let's use Sparrow.
Engage track 7-0-9-8.
Take that out. Okay, we have an enemy ship identified.
Roger. Fox 1. Multiple engaging track 7-1-0-2. New air contact detected. New air contact detected.
We might have to like take a wide berth around the ship there, because otherwise we'll be catching anti-air missiles with our aircraft.
Buoy away. Buoy away. Contact
That's really cool watching them eject like that. Right, another Phoenix coming in onto the Tupolev 22. This has been, yeah, super cool mission so far. Really enjoying it. See that bomber any moment. There he is. And he flared it. I will let Dakota 5-2 go home after that, and then Dakota 5-1 can carry on for the Tupolev 95.
Roger, cruise.
Set these back to cruise.
Roger, turn 023.
Ah yes, Top Cat 5 and Top Cat 6. You, sirs, can head, if you'll let me, towards the enemy ships. And we'll go at like 37,000 feet, and we'll use their surface edge radars. Got more Tupolevs.
Roger, turn 161.
Let's turn on our air search radar.
Track 70.
Surprised I can't see what they are.
Is classified. Neutral, merchant, new air, contact detected. Bandits, new air.
Alright, 5-2. You're gonna engage both of those with your AIM-9s. You're gonna probably be engaging this unit of aircraft as well. We don't really have time to spare because the Tupolevs have pretty long range. Alright, 7-2. Hit the first one with a Sparrow. Beautiful. Oh, it's so awesome when you launch those Phoenixes and they loft like that. Just try not to shoot down the airliner in the process. Lufthansa. An American one. Name kind of suggests otherwise, but pass. Here come the AIM-9s. Bonk. They both hit the rear one because they're heat seeking. So we're going to need another AIM-7 that we'll send next. We'll save the Phoenixes here. Boom. These are Tupolev 16s. Two of them taken out. The third one survived. Let's just put a Sparrow on it. Sparrows are quite reliable because they're guided, so more or less. In this situation, they're pretty good for intercepting. Did I lose Dakota 5 to... Maybe not. No, Dakota 5 is here. He was the one that I was going to send to the Tupolev 95. But I'll probably just send him home. Good. Those all hitting the water. Brilliant. And Dakota 7-2, return to formation. Dakota 7-1, you are tasked now with heading towards the 2.95 at cruise speed. Actually, let's go max speed to make some ground there. We have air coming in from the left. Okay, dog, it's your turn to shine. Do I have any more Dakota left? Dakota 5 is RTB. Dakota 3. Dakota 3 can move into intercept. Dog is going to move to intercept. Dog 3. We'll move them forwards a bit from the fleet. It's getting close to the 1 hour mark. That's when they will know where we are. And most likely when all of these Tupolevs will launch. So yeah, those kitchen missiles, they got some serious range on them. Should have maybe checked exactly how much. With Scorpion, let's do surface search radar.
Roger, turn, contact faded. Track 712.
And Scorpion 1 can also turn on surface search radar.
Search on. Radar eye. Roger, turn 080. Buoy away.
And what we're going to do is turn off the map player for Sonar Boys for now. Already hard enough to see what's going on. That's just a friendly trawler. It's fine.
Roger,
Right. Neptune 1 can RTB, Neptune 2.
on station.
Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll drop some Sonar Boys just in case
Roger,
around the fleet,
000.
and then they can head back to base. Our cupcake is ready,
Buoy away.
but we need targets.
Roger, turn 062.
Yeah, cupcake's all on station.
Contact detected. Roger, turn 084.
What I could do with 5-1
VID track.
is use it to, yeah, we go like low.
Buoy away.
I mean, VID
VID track.
both of these. I'm going to turn on the air search radar.
Buoy away. Air search on. Radar eye.
We're also going to turn on the surface search radar of Top Cat.
0.
I'm going to turn on all of these surface search radars.
Surface search on. Radar eye.
As much information as we can get now. These definitely look like bomber wings coming in.
Roger, roger, turn.
We do have the game currently sped up to 3 times speed, so things are looking weird, that's why.
Roger, turn 033.
I'm not sure if I really need confirmation here.
Buoy away.
It's like very unlikely that airliners are going to be flying in formation like this, so there's a good chance that we shoot them down.
Multiple surface contacts detected.
Ask them to identify themselves.
Multiple hostile surface contacts
Okay,
detected.
just going to mark roughly where these are and which direction they're heading. Okay, we have targets anyway. Start heading over here.
Turn 0, Roger, turn on station. Roger, turn 0, 5, Roger, turn 0, 5.
We'll have Scorpion
Roger,
2,
turn 0, 5, 2.
ECM. In this direction. And Scorpion 1 can head in this direction. If that Udalo is on its own, we can send maybe one wing to go kill it. Right, it's time to be unfriendly. Let's send 2 at the rear, 2 at the front. Good. Dog, you are tasked. We'll get Dog 2 to engage all of those. Right, if this is a... well, that could be a Slava or the Kirov. That could be the Kirov. Okay, the Kirov's the priority, for sure. Cupcake. Approach Kirov. Taking out the Kirov is the most important because it has shipwrecks. Shipwrecks are going to be like absolutely devastating if they fire. So we see the SSN-19 here. They have a range of 378 nautical miles. We gotta kill that thing ASAP. These were Tupolev 16s. Taking those down as goods. I don't know what they're carrying though. I'm just kind of hitting them in fog of war. One of them got killed, the second one got killed. Yeah, both the Tupolevs going down. So for the unit reference, the Kitchen 250 nautical mile range. The Tupolev 16, it has a AS6 Kingfish is probably the scariest thing it can fire, or the Kipper. Both of them are about 150 nautical mile range. Not so bad. Okay, 3-2, returning to formation. We will continue to try and intercept the last ones in case Dog 1 fails. Okay, airliner identified. Let's go have a look at what this is down here. All that little artifact there is on the screen. Actually, watch Dog 1-2 engage with all of its phoenixes. This is going to be pretty awesome once it gets in range. The fact that the Udalo is separate from the Kirov is a little bit worrying. Just wondering if there's like another group there. Alright, flash message. Royal Navy towed array patrol reports intermittent sonar contact, possibly correlating to Victor or Alpha class submarine northwest of the Faroe Islands. Datum AO1 has been established. Assess the submarine supporting Kirov SAG. Prosecute this datum if tactical situation permits and report location of any sinkings. Oh wow, that's way closer than I thought. Right, where's Top Cat at? Let's just make sure I've got my sono boys back on. Probably just as well I was dropping here. Let's just cancel that. Bring back a couple of actives. Let's drop an active. 3 has been fired. There we go. Boom, off they go. Okay, nice. I think we've shut down the air attack, which is huge. We just need to help deal with the submarine here, which is going to be pretty rough. So we'll do an active, 2 passives, an active here, 2 passives, and then like an active here. We'll just kind of do a little bit of a snake. Just trying to fill this entire circle with Jono boys now. Tupolev 95 seems to just be moving away from Dakota 7 all the time. Okay, here come the Phoenixes. So if we get 4 out of 4, that'd be awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom. Tupolev's down. Nice job, dog. Back to base with you. Dog 1 can carry on cruising. Okay, it's important that I keep the sonar boys on the screen for now. Just so that I understand where I have dropped them. This was a merchant. Dakota 5 identified that. And we're going to identify the other one, and then we will head home.
Roger, RTB.
I'm just worried that if there is a submarine here, it could have already fired. Let's do a towed decoy and towed sonar.
Stream buoy away.
I don't know if I want the towed sonar above layer or below layer. Most of my passives are above, so we'll let the towed be below. I don't think I'm getting close to the Tupolev. We're going to pull away and let the Tomcat go home. Because otherwise, yeah, we're going to end up running out of fuel and having to fly over their fleet, which would be very bad for us. Let me just identify these as neutral. Like, if we manually do that, then hopefully it will keep them as such. Protecting that submarine is going to be very important.
Roger, turn 2. Buoy away.
Alright, Blue Tail
Roger,
is getting closer, which is good. Scorpion flying with these other intruders is really handy. What's the range on this then? It's like 50 nautical miles. Not as good as I hoped it would be. Let's do offensive ECM towards the Udalai.
7175.
We're coming in to identify another ship shortly.
New surface contact.
another merchant.
700. Roger, RTB.
Alright, RTB. Let's just set that as neutral. These other ships. Just wondering if they could be anything scary.
Bandits. On station. New surface contact detected. Roger, turn.
We're gonna move
Roger, turn.
to the side a little bit here,
Roger, turn. 08. Buoy
just in
away.
case these are enemy ships as well. We don't want to be flying that close to them. Just launching a couple of SH-3s. These will be heading off with their torpedoes to help kill any identified submarine in Data Mayo 1. We have also called back now Dakota 3, launching the rest of Dogflight. Dog 5 is going to take Dakota 3's position. Dog 7 is getting up in the air to help with Cap. Dakota 7 is also on the way back, as it did not manage to intercept the Tupolev 95. So we are heading Dog 1 to try and intercept the Tupolev 95. I would like to max burn him, but he's not going to make it if we do that. So he's currently just heading over there slowly but surely. Sono boys are everywhere. We're currently concentrating Sono boys in Data Mayo 1. Topcat is finished. That's Topcat 1, so we'll have him join with Sono boys here. Fill any holes. Awesome. We did just identify a whale. Another whale. Very cool. But we are almost in position for our attack onto the Kirov. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get Cupcake 1 to engage with all of their harpoons. We're going to send 16 at the Kirov. Hopefully they can hit the mark. So let's do it. We'll do Salvo 4, right click, and away they go. We're going to keep Cupcake 5 and Cupcake 9 in the air. Hopefully I'm not going to regret sending more, or not sending more. 16 I'm hoping will be enough to do the job. They are going to be flying past this ship. We don't know what that ship is at the moment. I'm going to be bringing down my Prowler slowly but surely. The Prowler is currently jamming the Kirov, which should allow the harpoons to break through. What I may do is try and bring the Scorpion into line of sight, or like into a line where we're jamming both of these ships, just in case this ship is also a warship. If it is a warship, we can engage it with more harpoons. The Udaloy is currently also being jammed by Scorpion 1. Waldo 1 and Waldo 5 are on the way. We're going to hit the Udaloy with the Shrike, and then we will move in with some cluster, assuming that these behind are not naval vessels. If these are just merchants, then we're good. We're also currently flying towards 7232 to identify them. It is 2 aircraft side by side, so imagine it's probably going to be a couple of Tupolev 22s, but we're going to be so close we just launch a couple of infrareds and shoot them down. We could also just gun run them, to be honest. Yeah, we can gun run them. Send 189, and then I'll have maybe a gun run on the second. So there's the first, dead, second one, didn't kill it, it's okay. We'll just send an AIM-9, try not to get shot down by the rear gun in the meantime.
7228. Fox 2.
Okay, Fox 2, and now we head
05.
to continue to intercept the Tupolev 95.
Air. Contact detected.
The AIM-9 should get the job done here.
Splash
Simple as
track.
that.
7232. Roger. Go to altitude.
We're going to have this move even lower,
0.
just so it's much harder for them to spot it and kill it. Though staying in the clouds, in theory, could be a good idea. Don't have to take too much of a wide berth around the Udaloy. I don't think he has many long-range missiles. The longest anti-aircraft missile he has is 6.5 nautical miles. So that Udaloy is a sitting duck really for the Waldo. I will bring Waldo down though. Let's go down to 10,000 feet. Actually, we'll maintain altitude for now because we're pretty low on fuel.
36000.
Here's the Tupolev 95 that has been evading me this whole time, so Dog 1 looking to intercept. And my harpoons, it looks like they're all good at the moment. All 16 are still in flight. Get them all. Yeah, we're just going to drift around so that the jamming is affecting the other ship as well.
Roger, turn 2. Roger, turn 26. Roger, turn 319.
I want to spread all my missiles on the kid-off, just because there are other ships that I need to kill, and if we splurge all of them, it's going to take us way longer to complete this mission, because I'll have to wait for either Tomahawks to arrive, or for the planes to go back, refit, reload, or rearm, whatever, and so on, which would obviously not be ideal. That is pretty cool though, look at that. We've got the big boy ship there with the carrier behind. Looking snazzy. Harpoons are 20 nautical miles away from hitting the target, so let's just speed it up a little bit as they head in, and we'll see if we hit the mark. Since they are jammed, I expect their time to react to be pretty low. Both of those ships are now jammed.
On station.
Who's actually identifying that? It is Blue Tail 2. Blue Tail 2 needs to carry on forwards here, really. We'll move into the gap where Scorpion 1 is. As soon as we get close to range, Waldo 1 can drop down.
Roger, turn 060.
It's all about my attack flights now. I do have Top Cat 5 on the way,
Surface search on. Roger, turn 0.
and Top Cat 6
Turn.
can turn on their radars.
Radar eye.
Dog 1, radar is on. We should be in range to shoot that shortly. German airliner passing Dog 5. Top Cat 3 is idle. We'll have Top Cat 3 VID 7006. I'm surprised we haven't spotted this submarine yet. We have a lot of sonar boys in this area. I can barely see what's going on. Maybe I made it too noisy over here. Oh, every inch of that circle. And here we go. They're trying to stop it. Oh, that was a Slava, it wasn't a Kirov. It's very dead, and it's still a good kill. Because they do have some pretty long-range missiles. The SSN-12 Sandbox never got a chance to fire. That was big. Big kill, actually.
VID, Trek.
Right, we're going to want to VID this other ship close by.
Same launch.
Or not. We know it's enemy. Let's just get nice and low.
Roger, turn 232. Engage track 71. Not Roger, turn 122.
What could it be? It could be the Kara. Maybe the Slavas at the back. There's a large, medium, semi-large. Unless this is the Kirov here. I would assume that Kirov is very large, which means it's behind the Udaloy. I might not even have to dive down, to be honest, to use these. Let's just do Salvo 2.
Engage track 7175. Salvo fire.
We can launch these from up here, can't we? Yeah. On this angle, it would be better anyway.
Roger, turn. Whip it away.
Surprised that this radar is not strong enough to identify what these are. That's a lot of strikes.
Roger, turn 2.
We're going to get low
Roger, go down.
and continue our advance in case those missiles don't hit the mark. Because they'll be aiming at the radar, they won't be aiming at the deck. So there's a good chance that these won't do enough damage to kill. So we'll want to do a cluster bombing run on it afterwards.
Roger, turn. Roger, turn. Roger, turn. 013.
Here they go.
7191 is classified. Hostile warship.
I'll try and shoot them all down, but they won't manage to. Oh, we smashed its radar, that's for sure. It's gonna probably set it on fire quite substantially.
On station.
Okay, Waldo 1-4.
Roger, turn. Roger. Buoy
We're gonna spread these out.
Turn 086.
That is a Cresta.
3. Roger, turn 1.
Okay, right, it's on its own. Let's just send like 4 from here
Engage track 71.
towards the Cresta.
Roger, turn. Roger, turn. Roger, turn. Roger, turn.
How we didn't identify that sooner, I do not know.
Roger, Roger, turn 20. Whip it away. Same launch. Roger, Roger, RTB. Buoy away. Contact faded.
We're gonna offensive ECM these ones now instead.
Roger, turn.
And we'll bring down
Roger,
our Prowler to low altitude.
278.
Okay, time to engage
Buoy away.
with Waldo.
Roger,
We want to make sure these get down to low altitude.
0, 0. On station. Roger, turn 0. Roger, turn 286. Roger, go to altitude 3. Roger, turn 289. Roger.
We're basically just going to come in from as many directions as possible with that cluster to kill the Udaloy.
1. Roger.
Meanwhile, Scorpion 2 can move towards these other vessels.
Roger, turn 283. Roger, turn 276. Buoy away! On station.
Alright, let's move in on the Udaloy.
New surface contact detected.
In they go.
Roger, turn 0. Roger, turn 033. VID track.
I think 7241 is the 2.95. I should just double check in case it's an airliner.
Bandits.
No, it's not. Shoot it down, boys.
724. Box 1.
Finally. Right, Waldo 1-1 is taking the flak.
Kill track 72. Roger.
Maybe we have Waldo 1-1 just kind of split off here.
Contact faded. Track.
Make sure that it doesn't die.
Control.
Never mind.
We've been hit.
Waldo's going down. I was hoping that the radar would be out of action, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Same launch. Same launch. We're hit.
Yeah, Waldo 3-2 is down. He is not ever very good at doing this. Oh, did the pop up at the right amount of time there. Just in time. Poor Waldo. Now my sea rescue teams get to play Where's Waldo? Oh, that's so risky. Yeah, I was gonna say he's going straight to the seaways of a Udaloy. Absolute bad luck. Right, we're gonna send 2 more strikes at the Udaloy. We'll send 2 strikes at the Submarine. I think that's going to be the kill off behind, so we'll send multiple at that. Alright, Cupcake can start heading up here to engage these ships. They are way more spread out than I thought they would be. Right, after they fired those strikes, they will head home. Because trying to cluster a Udaloy, a Submarine, and a Kildov is probably not a good idea. The crash there got big hits there. Most likely taken care of. Oh, 1 strike. Nice, good hit. There it is. That's going to be the Kildov. The other one was the Slava. Let's try and fly around in front of the Submarine. By flying in front of the Submarine, we blind the radar of the Submarine and the Kildov at the same time, so maybe the strike will get through.
Roger, turn 310.
Okay, New Jersey, are you in range to fire your Tomahawks? You are not. Submarine is trying its best. Took down one. Oh, the other one missed. Tragic. Oh, this one didn't fire. You're kidding. Bingo fuel, forcing it back.
Track 722. Roger. Turn 179.
Alright, that's friendly merchant. Good we identified that.
On station.
I think the Cresta is going to sink if it doesn't burn up. So now it's just a matter of getting Cupcake 9 and Cupcake 5
Roger. Turn
over to these targets, which will hopefully be softened up
turn 3.
by the strikes. We didn't hit the Submarine though, which was unfortunate.
Contact faded. Track 7254.
Maybe we'll hit the Kirov. And we did. That's good. Sometimes one missile's all it takes.
Submerged submarine. Contact detected.
Oh wow.
Contact faded. Track
Right in front of us.
72. Transmit a turn to course. Turn to course. 053. Hell mine. A turn to course. 047. Hell mine. Turn to course. 048. Hell mine.
Alright, where is my top cat? That's dog 3. Top cat 3.
Roger. Turn 245.
It just passed right underneath me.
35.
Could just be a whale
Track
that we identified, to be honest. Let's just maintain our course and keep the sonar banging for now. Or whale's gonna get an earful.
New submerged submarine. Contact detected. Contact faded.
Ah, we've got noise.
72. Contact faded. Track 726. Roger.
You should RTB.
Roger. Turn 321. Roger.
Griffin 1 is close.
42. Contact faded. Track
We have Top Cat,
726. Roger.
which can head over here with an active.
2.
Just identify that, could be a whale. We'll see. We'll see.
Contact faded.
All those on its way back, at least
268.
that wing is. Scorpion's gonna get distance
Roger.
since we've identified that they are enemy.
68.
Maybe I should
Roger.
give
RTB.
the Cresta 1 for luck.
7191. Whip it away.
Beautiful. We'll head back to formation and hopefully we'll have enough to kill these ships.
Contact faded. Track 726.
Underwood is very close.
085. Hell mine.
Let's see about putting our active sonar on.
Turn to course. 083. Hell mine.
And the Griffins are coming in hot. They've absolutely... Oh! Who's down? Who's down? Scorpion 1 got caught. No! Ah, it's a shame. The Submarine there probably got it with a grumble. They do have the SAN 7. It wouldn't have been an SAN 7. A bit Kirov must have been. Okay.
Roger, turn 3.
For the offensive ECM,
Engage track 720. Unable to
there's
deploy.
Scorpion 2,
Roger, turn 353.
and Cupcake's got to get over there ASAP. We'll probably send 8 at the Udaloy, 8 at the Submarine, and I guess the rest, it's like 11 I've got left after that. Because we've got 4 aircraft in this flight, and we've got 3 in this flight. So yeah.
Hit track 719.
An extra hit onto the crest of there. Another thing there, that could be a whale as well, but we can check.
Roger, turn 032. Weapon air, bad track, type. New surface contact detected.
I can't assume that they are whales, I have to check every single one. Cresta is now sinking though, which is good. And it's just up to Cupcake 9 and Cupcake 5 to get into range and launch. We have torpedoes in the water. They seem to be heading for our carrier. Users need to speed up. I might be able to just get out of the way of them. Alright, Top Cat. Don't worry about that. Just drop your torpedoes on this boy. Same with you. Drop all your torpedoes.
Roger, turn 253. Engage track 7268. Salvo fire. New submerged submarine contact detected. New submerged submarine contact detected. Contact faded. Track.
Alright, that is a whale.
Contact faded. Track 7.
Let me just turn off the sonar, boys. Because we are identifying new submerged contacts. It might just be the call-outs on the torpedoes though. One over here. Let's do active. So
On station.
we lost the target.
Contact faded. Track on station.
Can just drop the torpedoes in the water anyway. I don't want to know exactly where it is.
Buoy away. Decoy out. Secure active sonar. Buoy away. New submerged submarine. Contact detected. Engaging track 7. Contact faded. Engaging track 7. Whip it away.
Okay, let's make sure we
Roger. Turn 0.
put them on that one.
Track 7279.
Griffin should turn around and drop its torpedoes as well.
Turn to course, turn to course. 153. Hell my.
Okay. Cupcake 9-1. You will send all of yours at the Kirov.
Engaging track 7-2. Roger, RTB. Whip it away.
5-2. Send 4 at the Submarine. 5-3. Send 4 at the Submarine. 5-4. Send 4 at the Udaloy.
Engage track
5-1. Send your 4 at the Udaloy.
Roger. Contact faded. Track. Whip it away. Hit track 7. Whip it away. Roger, RTB. Whip it away. Roger, RTB.
We dropped a lot of torpedoes there.
On station. Buoy away.
You need to be bombing it.
Turn to course. Turn to course. 166. Hell my.
Want to get out of the way of that torpedo there.
Turn to course. 135. Hell my.
I don't think they're even close.
Contact faded. Track 7283. Engaging track 72. Roger. Turn 332. Engage track 727.
Alright, hopefully these turn round. That is pretty deep now. Like 480 feet underwater.
Buoy away. Roger. Turn 302.
Make sure we go check what that is. Missiles are on their way to the ships.
Roger. Turn 117. Hit track 7279.
Boom. Nice. Good hits. It looks like these Mark 46s, or one of them turned around and caught on. One's coming in from the front. Griffin will launch 2 more as well, that will be getting pretty close.
Whip it away. Whip it away.
There's all of those. Good job, Griffin. Get back to base. All those torpedoes should be diving pretty low. Any that aren't diving low already are gonna probably miss. This is the only one that did dive low. If that has already been hit though, and it's stationary, it's most likely sinking. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to surface. Probably catch another one on the way.
Hit track 7279.
Another hit. And the Victor 3 is destroyed. It's going to probably catch a bunch more.
Hostile submerged submarine.
Okay, beautiful. Now we're just going to wait for the missiles to hit the mark, and all is well.
727. Hit track 7279. Contact faded. Track 727. Contact faded.
Looks like we'll be getting out of the way of these top. Like, there's no way they hit the fleet in time. Especially if we're going at like full speed. So all of Cupcake's heading home. Bobcat has arrived. Scorpion's happily jamming.
02. Roger, turn 293. On station. Roger, turn, Roger.
Make sure Blue Tail doesn't get too close. There it is. There's the Kirov. We did hit its radar once, but it doesn't look like its radar has stopped working. So it might be able to intercept quite a few of these. We'll see. They are jammed.
Buoy away.
If they haven't already started firing from the Kirov, then they can't see them at the moment.
New surface contact.
This is the one, yeah, that had the grumble. Probably shot down by the Prowler. I'm really not far off.
Roger, RTB. Roger, RTB. Roger, RTB.
Send all of my boys home if they haven't already headed in that direction. Okay, here goes the Kirov trying to defend. A lot of harpoons. Lost 2, 9 remain. Okay, I think there's 10 still. Yeah, we have I think there's still 10 of them. See whiz. Two of them dropped. 3 hit. 2 dropped to the last second there. That's really sad. A bunch coming in for the Submarine. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to kill the Kirov. Which if it isn't, we're going to have to send another flight to do the job. Some of these harpoons got spoofed. Heading to the chaff. The rest should hit pretty hard. Nice. That's 4 hits. That Submarine is not having a good time. Now the Edeloi.
Roger, turn 170. Roger, turn.
I guess I can kind of just leave the Scorpion here. It's not that much of a problem.
Roger, turn 2.
Really hoping that the Kirov burns out because the Submarine's down. That's huge. Kirov did get hit hard midship, but probably not going to be enough to sink the thing. Which means I'm going to need to send more. Alright, let's return to formation with you. You did your job. Good job, Underwood. It's still burning, which is good. The more it burns, the more chance we have to kill it. because that's taking quite a lot of damage. And what I have to do if the Kirov doesn't sink, we'll have to get another wing to come out and engage it. Udaloy, 1, 2, 3, straight in the side, big hits, big hits. I think I roughly spaced out the allocation well. The Udaloy will most likely go down. That was 3 like perfect hits there. Alright, I'm going to speed things up and then maybe we'll have to send out another flight. Things have certainly heated up. The Kirov did not go down. It was kind of on fire for a while and then they managed to put out the fires and they've managed to launch a bunch of shipwrecks. So I'm hoping Dog can maybe engage some of these with their Phoenixes. We do have Dog 3 flight also ready to fire their Phoenixes. So those will try and attempt to hit these SSNs. It's going to be difficult, but the more we can take out, the better. They basically dumped all of them towards us. And we're going to have to reach up to space to try and kill them. Unfortunately, unless we're head on, it's very unlikely we're going to be able to touch them. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep launching aircraft. I'm going to launch flights of 4 with air-to-air intercepts. We've actually run out of air-to-air intercepts, we'll just have to do standard air-to-air and launch both of those. Dakota 1. We're going to have to try and head on. We're going to head up to 53,000 feet so that we are in range to engage those. We're going to max burn right up there. What we'll do with Dog 3-1, let me just cancel those orders. We'll go 3-2 and do 1, 2, 3, 4. One can do 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have Cupcake 1 on the way, but if they have missile capabilities, my guided bombs are not going to be that great at the target. We've also got these guys heading over there. We launched multiple flights. These guys have Mark 82 bombs in their bomb bay. We've also got Waldo with AGM 62 All Eyes. They're very short range. So we're kind of throwing whatever we have left at this Kirov now, in hopes that we can kill it sooner than later. If I fly at altitude here, using AIM-9s on these shipwrecks would work. Probably not. Dakota 1's on its way, Dakota 3, get up to 53,000 feet as well, Dakota 7, 3,000 feet, and Dog 1, 53,000 feet. And meanwhile, Cupcake can just use its GPUs to kill the Kirov. So that will be its job. Top Cat 1, when it gets close, we'll probably have them come in really low and then basically do a pop-up. The entire fleet should turn on its radar right now.
There's surface search on. Surface search on. Surface search. Surface search on. 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 Radar eye. Roger. Turn 2, 3.
We'll head Bluetail back a little bit.
Air. Contacts detected.
We need to be able to see and engage these. Do like one.
Engaging track 7-3. Full weapon error. No track assigned. Cease fire. Track.
Do that again. 2,
Engaging track.
3.
Engaging track 7-3-4-0. Fox 3. Fox 3.
We've locked onto those. We're sending a bunch of Phoenixes at them. Didn't actually mean to send that many, but be safer than sorry.
Roger, turn, roger, turn, roger, roger, turn, 1, 1, 2.
We're going to turn on
Surface search on. Surface
radars
search
on all of my
Surface search
aircraft.
on. Contact faded. Track 7-3. Air search on. Air search on. Radar high. Multiple hostile air contacts detected.
Okay.
Track 7-3.
Make sure that we engage whatever next we can see.
Multiple hostile air
Kill.
contacts detected. Fox 1.
The more we can kill, the better. We're going to tighten up the formation. Let's go edit formation. And we will bring these a lot closer.
Vampire, 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 bearing 5-4.
We'll let them all slow down or start moving towards
Hostile
so that we can
contact
defend
vampire, vampire, vampire,
better.
bearing 5-4. Multiple hostile air contacts detected. Engage track 7-3.
Unfortunately, maybe a bit too late to engage any more of these, but we can try.
Contact faded. Track 7-3-4-2.
Then we'll just be looking for the Tycho to engage with its standards. Do we have any other standards that are good? I think we do.
Contact faded. Track
I believe
7-3-4-9.
it's got some good range. Make sure Dale is set to engage all of these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. 14, 16. We need Scorpion to move forwards. Make sure that we're jamming the Kirov as we bring in the bombers. draw a circle around the kilo for 50.
Vampire, vampire, vampire. Bearing
We want to
5,
just be
7.
just inside that circle. Yeah, we didn't catch that in time.
Roger, RTB. Vampire, vampire, vampire. Bearing 6, 0.
If they're dipping down, we want to be dipping down too. Let's
Roger, go to altitude 10.
maybe like 6,000
Roger,
feet.
go to altitude 6, 0, 0, 0. Engage track. Fox 1. Engaging track 7, 3, 4. Engage track 7, 3, 4, 5. Fox 1.
Okay, good. So Dakota 3-3, your job is to launch a load of AIM-54s. Let's go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, and go 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, and engage those. We did take out one of them. Sent an A9 as well, although that missed. Or did it? No, it actually hit the mark. Nice. Very scary letting that get so close with its missiles, I'm going to be honest. The shipwrecks are travelling pretty fast. Actually, they're not as fast as I thought they were. 970.
Engage track 7, 3, 5, 8. Engage track 7.
Just make sure we're going for these, as many as we can.
7, 3, 5, 6. Weapon error. No track assigned. Engage track 7, 3, 4, 6.
All of these need to be low enough.
Roger, go to altitude.
I'll just change Dakota 1,
0, 0.
Dakota 3,
Fox 3. Roger, go to
Dakota 7,
altitude. 6. Roger, go to altitude.
and Dog.
6. Roger, go to altitude. 6, 0, 0, 0. Birds away, track 7, 3, 5, 8. Fox 1. Engaging track 7, 3, 5, 8.
I want to make sure all of these maintain their air search on as well.
Air search on, air search on. Radar high.
Nice, good kill. Another one.
Engage track 7, 3, 6. Engage track 7, 3, 6. Fox 1. Fox 1. Roger, turn. Roger, turn. 2, 3, 3. Roger, turn. 2, 7, 0.
Dale needs to send more at this one.
Engaging track 7, 3, 6. Birds away, track. Roger, RTB. Roger, turn 2, 6, 6. Roger, go to altitude 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6, 0, 0, 0,
gonna be close.
Turn to course. 127. Hell my. Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
Maybe we shot it down or it crashed. It looks like we might have got them all.
Air search on. Radar eye. Returning to station. Roger, RTB. Roger, RTB. Roger, RTB. On
Okay, the
station.
Tomcats can mostly turn
station.
home.
Roger, RTB.
Okay, it's up to Cupcake 1
On
to
station.
do the job. We're going to be guiding some bombs from very high onto the target.
On station. Bombs away.
Bombs are released. Off they go. Let me see if I can select the bomb as it carries on towards the target. There's the Kirov. And we'll be using the laser guidance to get it on mark. It's going to hit hard, should smash through the decks. It's basically bunker busters, so it's going to hit that very, very hard. There it is. We'll send some more.
Engage track 7208.
There's 3 more on the way. Surely that's going to kill it off. And with that, the day should be ours. We managed to save all of our ships from the shipwrecks. Now we're just hoping that these bombs do the trick. There it is, victory! The Kirov has been eliminated. All Warsaw Pact forces have been eliminated. We are scrambling all MPRA assets to search the area for remaining vessels. Full report to come within 12 hours, but assess that victory is ours. What a mission that was. Very long mission. About 2.5 hours of pure fighting. We lost, unfortunately, 4 of those Corsairs on the attack. One of the Prowlers got shot down. And of course we did lose one of our E2Cs to the MiGs. But otherwise a very successful mission. Multiple ships sunk, including the Slava, the Kirov, the Submarine, Udaloy. We sunk the Victor 3 submarine as well. 12 MiG-25s went down, 10 Tupolev 22s and 10 Tupolev 16s. That's a lot of their bomber fleet. There we have it. That's actually the end of the campaign. Well done on making it to the end of Calculus of Conflict. This set of missions has been a combined effort from community members iBlank, Ian Roberts and New. Thank you to them for making it, and thank you to you for playing it. Why not try going back and playing the other side of bargaining chips? We've had a lot of fun making these missions, and we'd love for you to play them all. You can see there is a peace agreement between the NATO and Soviets, and yeah, due to our awesome skirmishes, very, very good fun. Alright, well, if you'd like to read that, feel free to pause, but I'm going to be running off because unfortunately it has been my time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.